Hello, everyone. Welcome to Sharon Creations by Carrie. I have some cards for you. I had stamped out some images last week and was going to work on them this week. Well, I finished those. And so I want to share those with you. I use colored pencils. I would say sheep colored pencils because they flaked like crayons. But here is what the end results were. Okay, so got several sets of stamps that I did, and I'm gonna group them in the flowers that I used. Okay, so for this first set, this is a stamp set that I have that has a die set with it also. They all do. And I had used the stamps only, and I had done it in different colors with the stamp. I hadn't cut them out before, I don't believe. I've had them for a long time. And so I colored them with colored pencils, cut them out with the dies, mounted them on the card, put a little sentiment, put some of the little 3D diamond dots. And then tonight, I'm like, they're a little plain. They need something. So I don't know if you're going to be able to see. You kind of miss one with the hydrangeas. Those little speckles. I had taken my ink pads and sprayed some water and kind of sopped them up with one of those fan brushes and kind of splattered it just to add a little something. Not necessarily looking for bling with these, but I was looking for a little bit something else. And then this one has very light pink on it, which you may not even be able to see, but it's got some speckles. Okay, and then one of the die sets that is a multi-piece die set. It had the bouquets, it had a single flower, and then it had this one. So I colored them, kind of picked one of these flowers to group with those. So these are alike, but a little bit different in the color combination. Did the diamond dots on them, and then I did the speckle on this one too, but it's more subtle because it's yellow. And this one has pink, lavender splatters. And just put a couple of diamond dots. I mounted these on the foam tape. I thought about doing the flowers instead of the sentiment, but I went with the sentiment. And then these two are the third piece to that one die set. And this one I added a die cut hello to the tag, and this one I stamped it and mounted them on foam. I did the same with this. I splattered some yellow and some of the blue and yellow mixed a little bit, so I mixed them and I splattered them so it was a little more on the green side to pull the green from the leaves. And then this one I splattered with blue, which I accidentally hit with the brush. There was a little line there. This one is more of a yellowy and green splatter. And then here's another set that I have that had all of these pieces. No, not that one. And this one. There was another piece that I added it to the inside. This whole set is one die set and it's one stamp. It's a giant stamp. This one I tried to splatter several colors to pull some of the colors in from the flowers. Mounted it on foam tape, did the hello on this, did the diamond dots, and then this one. I took one of the strip sentiments and backed it with a colored paper and did a little bit of splatter on this one. It was a little more subtle. I did lavender on that one. And then this one is also another stamp set that I have that also has multiple dies to it. So you could do a multi-layer sunflower instead of just the color, just the stamp and the cutout. There's also an intricate one that dimensions out, that separates out the petals. And then it has centerpieces to it too. But I went simple as I wanted to do coloring with colored pencils, do something a little different, and my finger is still sore from the colored pencils. And I splattered this one with yellow and did 3 different colors of the yellow diamond dots. I don't think I did. Oh, and I was going to glue this one in. There's another piece to it. There's a small one. I was going to glue that in there and I forgot. So I think I'll do it that way. And while we're here, and that one's done. So these will be ready for when I want to add sentiments to it, because they're not designated for anyone. Excuse me. And so, goodness, I'm going to chase the hole. There we go. Get that back in. And so now this one is completed, aside from the inside sentiment. So that was what I had started last week and was going to work on this week, and I finished all those. This one, I have been seeing people do this kind, and I really wanted to do one, and I didn't think I had the die for it to do the, I think they call it an octagon. Six-sided. I can't remember. Hexagon? Excuse me. So I took a piece of cardstock and mounted them on the cardstock and then trimmed off excess, and I was able to stick them in the little spaces that I didn't quite have enough. And so I ended up having enough in the end. So I believe I did 3 blues, 2 teals, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Looks like 13 I cut out. I think 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay, yeah. Looks like you needed 13 for a 4.5 by, or 4 1/4 by 5.5 card. Didn't think I needed that many. I thought I was going to have extra, but there was only little pieces that were extra. But I think this one's kind of on the interesting side. All I did was mount after I stamped hello onto the tag, added some diamond dots. And this one's more on the neutral, so it could be used for a guy, which a lot of times we don't do enough guy cards. So, didn't do nothing on that. So, I have a guy's card in backup. And then I watched a whole lot of Stampin' Up! Videos. And I've been seeing a long time challenges using a paper pack, a paper, 12 by 12 paper. I've seen those different videos, so I decided I was going to try it. So here is one 12 by 12 page, and that one's mounted this way. We'll slow down a little bit. Okay, so I've got these. I mounted a sticker onto a circle, and then had to cut the circle out because that's what my die is. Got it out a tag, put a sticker on this one. I had taken some pet stickers and some leaf die cutouts and put some ribbon behind it. There was one Stampin' Up! Demonstrator that I'd seen that she had taken some of their ribbon that they had and placed it behind everything. So I thought I'd give that a try. And so here's the ribbons behind it. I had those little nail butterflies. So I put on one of those, and then I put on my homemade dewdrops. So let's see, I think I have another similar one like that. I have 3 like this, and then 3 I did a little bit different. But I added a button to it, I added my dewdrop, same, did the pet sticker with the die cut out leaves, added the ribbon behind it. And then this is the other style. This is the only one that is this direction. Added a couple of buttons. Did the pet sticker up here with the few of the die cutouts of the leaves. Added a butterfly and one of my resin dewdrops. And then this one, very similar but in a different direction. And you'll notice that there's a theme with the paper. I'll point that out afterwards. Same again, added I believe that's a washi sticker that time, with some leaves, did the ribbon behind it. My ribbon's a little bent up, so hopefully that'll calm down over time. Added one of my dewdrops and a butterfly. And then this one, added the buttons. And I added a single button, a washi sticker, kept the back on so that it wasn't see-through as much. I thought about backing them with white paper, but then I didn't really want to cover up all the leaves behind it too. Kind of cover it, but not totally cover it. Similar to what a washi does. Added a butterfly and one of my dewdrops. And added the spring sticker. Now these have, and let's see, the buttons, all the tag stickers, all have come from a scrapbooking kit that I got years ago. Shocker. Same with the buttons. Those are in the same set that I got years ago when I was scrapbooking. One thing I didn't do correctly was cover up when I put the sticker down and then I did the die cut, and I should have put something because there's lines on my stickers. So I have to remember that because my plates are pretty beat up. So I need to remember to protect them. I took a tag. This is actually like a background tag for another tag to go on top. And I just took the biggest one and added that so then I would have room on the ends for the buttons. The backing to all of these are 1 12 by 12 piece of paper. I learned several things from them, like different ways to cut up a piece of paper so that you could have like one kind of paper here and another here, one in the middle with another one on the outside, strips, different things like that. But I have been wanting to use this paper for the longest time, and I couldn't come up with a reason before. And thank you to Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. She's out of Canada. Yeah. Nicefamily.com if you want to go to hers. Nicefriends.com. She's out of Canada. And you can only, if you're in Canada, you can only shop. You're the only one that can shop in her site. You have to, if you're from the US, you got to do from Stampin' Up! Demonstrators here. So only Canadians can purchase off her site. But, excuse me, she was doing a whole paper pad, which was giving her like 44 cards and just doing modifications to the mounting page. And so I was like, I don't really want to cut this paper up. I want to leave it as is. But it would be a little different each time I cut it. So I cut it in 4 strips. 4 strips of 4. No. Yeah. 3 strips of 4-inch. And then turned it and did 5 1/4 so that it would fit on my card bases. And it left me with a little bit, which another trick that I'll show you in a second, which she does on hers, is there will be little pieces left over after she's cut the paper. So one of the things that she does, not quite this, but and it fixed that spot, is she adds a strip. Well, I ended up with a couple of strips that just looked terrible because of the design. Excuse me. So I kind of did a little modification. Not very straight, but let's see. This was a sticker out of the same paper pack scrapbook kit that I had gotten. I added the sticker to that one, and I think I added it to this one. Nope. This was one of the pieces that I had left, so it wasn't long enough because my card goes this way. So I added it to the side, which would still leave me with room for a sentiment and sign it or write something there. I can still add a sentiment and sign it. And then this one is one of the stickers. And then this one is one of the pieces of paper left over, which was viable to where you could see the image and you get pops of color. And then, let's see, this one, what's this one? Okay. And this one's part. So you're still getting the flower, but it's enough of the flower that you can see the flower. So that was a little trick that I learned from her. That if you have some scraps, she did it to where the whole paper pad from Stampin' Up, the designer paper that they, specialty designer paper, I can't remember how many sheets in it, but she ends up cutting it and having 0 scraps. And if there's any scraps, it would be like the outside, the non-viable part. Once you've cut it up, there's really nothing you can do with it afterwards. So those are my cards. Maybe that'll give you a little inspiration to play with old things in your stash. Because there's plenty of old things from my stash in these. So there's new, and there's things that I haven't touched in a long time, and things that I haven't touched in years. So hopefully you like them. If not, to each his own. But if you like it and you want to see more, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. And if you want to see something else, because I don't necessarily, if you're looking for unique, I guess I'm kind of in that. I don't follow the rules necessarily. But if there's something that you'd like to see, I would be happy to try it. I'm game to try anything. Um, I'm not afraid to try. If I have supplies because I'm in the no shop because we broke. But if I have the supplies, then I will happy to give it a try. So if you want to see something, put it in the comments. I always read them. I always respond. Um, I enjoy sharing with whatever pops in my head that happens to come out with my hands. So let me know if there's something that you want to see. I'll be happy to attempt. Fail or success, I will be happy to attempt. And if you want to see it from beginning to end, let me know that too. Because I kind of create on the fly, but I can corral it in to try to plan it out as best I can and then see what happens. So if you like what you see, hit the buttons, and I will see you on the next one. Thanks. Bye.